Hey everyone, big news out of Washington. Former President Trump just made a move that could completely reshape Social Security, and millions of Americans are already buzzing about it. We're talking about possible rule changes, a major payment update, and even a raise that could be larger than anyone expected. If you or someone you know depends on Social Security, you'll want to hear this all the way through. Now, Social Security updates can sound complicated, but I'm going to explain what's happening in simple terms. There are two big things happening: changes to how payments are made, and a possible adjustment to how benefits are calculated. Let's start with the one that's creating the biggest stir. Under a recent directive tied to the Trump team's new policy recommendations, the government is planning to phase out paper Social Security checks entirely. That means if you still receive your benefits through a paper check, those days are coming to an end. From here on, all payments will be made through direct deposit. For most people, that's not a problem. It's faster, safer, and you don't have to worry about lost mail or stolen checks. But some Americans, especially seniors in rural areas or people without bank accounts, are worried about how this will affect them. The Social Security Administration has said that anyone facing a genuine hardship can contact them directly to request an exception. So if you can't easily access a bank or direct deposit isn't possible for you, make sure to call and explain your situation. They'll look at your case individually. Now let's talk about the part that's getting everyone's attention: the potential raise. Every year, Social Security benefits are adjusted based on inflation through something called the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. It's supposed to make sure your benefits keep up with rising prices. Usually this increase is a few percentage points, but there's a major conversation happening right now that could completely change how that number is calculated. Here's what's going on. Right now, the government uses something called the CPIW, the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners. Basically, it measures inflation based on what working Americans spend money on. The problem is that it doesn't really reflect what seniors actually buy. Seniors spend a lot more on healthcare, rent, and food, things that have been rising faster than other prices. That's why there's a new push to switch to something called the CPIE, the Consumer Price Index for the elderly. If this change happens, it could lead to much higher benefits because it would measure inflation the way seniors actually experience it. Some analysts say this shift could mean hundreds of dollars more per month for retirees and people with disabilities. Imagine going from a $60 monthly bump to a $300 or even $500 increase. That's real money that could help cover medical bills, groceries, and other essentials. Now, nothing is final yet. This proposal is being debated, and the Trump team is under a lot of pressure to decide whether or not to officially adopt the CPIE model. Many senior advocacy groups and lawmakers are supporting the change, saying it's long overdue. Others worry it could increase federal spending too much. But either way, the decision will affect over 70 million Americans who depend on Social Security, SSI, or disability benefits. For those wondering about payment timing, yes, payments are still going out on schedule. If your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your next payment will be deposited this week, and the Social Security Administration has confirmed there will be no delays. Also, if you receive SSI, you may notice two payments this month. That's because your November payment is being sent early since the first of the month falls on a weekend. Don't mistake that second payment for a bonus. It's just arriving ahead of schedule. So what does all this mean for you right now? First, make sure your direct deposit information is up to date. Go to ssi.gov or call the official number to confirm your account details. Second, mark your calendar for the upcoming COLA announcement. The official figures are expected to be released very soon, and that's when we'll know whether the raise will be the standard small increase or the much bigger one tied to CPIE. This is also a good time to log into your Social Security account online and double-check your earnings record. Errors can happen, and if your income history isn't accurate, your benefits might be lower than what you've actually earned. Fixing that can make a real difference over time. Now, I know some of these updates can sound stressful, especially for people who've been used to the old way of doing things. Change isn't easy, but the truth is, these reforms could make the system more secure and fairer for seniors in the long run. Direct deposit helps reduce fraud and delays, and updating the inflation formula could finally give retirees a cost of living adjustment that reflects reality. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. I post new information about Social Security, Medicare, and other programs every week, breaking it all down in plain language. And let me know in the comments, do you support switching to the CPIE formula for a fairer raise? Are you worried about the end of paper checks? We're all navigating this together, and your thoughts might help someone else watching this video. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, the more informed you are, the better prepared you'll be to protect your benefits. Stay safe, stay updated, and I'll see you in the next one.